Hello, and welcome to Nevada State High School's SMART Goals Pathway to Your Future tutorial for all students. Use the guide bar at the bottom of the presentation to navigate through the presentation. Go ahead, click the forward button to begin the presentation. During this tutorial, we will discuss what SMART goals are, the benefits of SMART goals, and the importance of creating your own SMART goals for your life. At the end of the presentation, you will take a 5-question quiz. Follow along closely and let's get started. Click to the next slide when you are ready. SMART goals are only valid if they mean something to you. So the first step to creating a SMART goal is to self-assess yourself and find out what truly matters to you. What do you want to focus on to achieve? SMART goals are not simple, easy goals that can be met overnight, so it is important to create only a few important goals at a time so you can focus on the outcome. Keep measurable performance standards throughout your SMART goals so you can keep yourself motivated and measure progress. Remember, SMART goals are not achieved overnight. Click to the next slide when you are ready. When you need an extra push of motivation, why not create a background on your cell phone to keep you motivated? The poster shows you what SMART really stands for, and this tutorial will explain the purpose of each letter next. Click to the next slide when you are ready. S stands for specific. SMART goals need to be able to answer the 6 W questions and 1 H. Who? Who is involved? What? What do I want to accomplish? Where? Identify a location. When? Establish a time frame. Which? Identify requirements and constraints. Why? Specific reasons, purposes, or benefits of accomplishing the goal. And how? How will it be accomplished? In other words, SMART goals are very detail-oriented. Click to the next slide when you are ready. M stands for measurable. It is important to set a concrete criteria for measuring your progress towards a SMART goal to stay on track. Your progress should be paired with dates as to when each smaller progress should be met. Click to the next slide when you are ready. A stands for attainable. It is important to write goals that are important to you, or chances are you will not want to reach them or care if you do. Just as important is setting a goal and knowing what assistance may be needed along the way to achieve the SMART goal. Keep track of any assistance you may need and evaluate your progress regularly. If you feel you need to adjust your timeline, then adjust your timeline. Being flexible is better than giving up. Click to the next slide when you are ready. R stands for realistic. Let's be honest, not all goals are realistic. For example, you will not pass high school if you never go to class, never do the work, and do not take the high school proficiencies. To then say your goal is to do all those things and still graduate is not realistic. Make sure your goal is something you want to work towards and you are able to work towards. Click to the next slide when you are ready. T stands for time-bound. Again, your goal should have a time frame that is reasonable to assess your progress along the way to keep your motivation. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Setting SMART goals is a powerful technique for helping develop a solid foundation for future planning and organization. Knowing what you want in life means you know where you want to strive to achieve. By building consensus towards a direction, SMART goals increase efficiency and effectiveness in future aspirations. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Goals provide people with a drive to do better in life. When you are striving to achieve something, those goals direct your behavior and improve your confidence. Your goals hold you accountable for your actions, thus focusing your efforts, providing you with clarity on sometimes confusing situations. For example, in high school, some students may lie to their parents and go to a party that they shouldn't be at, but someone whose goal it is to be accepted into a top-ranked college knows that that party might end their chances of being accepted into that college. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Aspiring to achieve long-term goals provides short-term goal motivation. For example, if your goal is to attend Brown University, you must first complete a series of short-term goals, including do well on the ACT or SAT, graduate top of your high school class, and of course, apply to Brown University. All of the steps. Click to the next slide when you are ready. To write your own SMART goals, it is important to brainstorm a topic that is important to you and then draft a goal statement. Once you have a goal statement, do not be afraid to ask others for their thoughts. After any discussions with peers, revise your goal as needed and finalize it. Once your goal is finalized and you are making progress towards it, you may adjust along the way. The purpose of a SMART goal is to help you. Click to the next slide when you are ready. This slide provides examples of how you can turn goals into solid SMART goals. Take a second to read both examples. Click to the next slide when you are ready. It is now time to use the knowledge you have learned and create effective SMART goals. On the Creating SMART Goals worksheet, you will be working with 3 poorly written goals to complete 2 tasks for each SMART goal. First, explain why the goal is a poorly written goal, and second, rewrite the goal to create an effective SMART goal. The first goal will be done together as an example. Goal number 1, get better grades. Why do you think this is a poor goal? This goal does not have any detail attached to it. What are better grades to this person? When will you get better grades by? By quarter 1? Semester 1? How will you get better grades? According to what? A test? A report card? A semester exam? And why is it important to you to get better grades? How can you change it into an effective SMART goal? I will earn at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA first semester of the 2014-2015 school year. SMART goals include details about your goal. Click to the next slide when you are ready. It is now time for you to finish goals 2 and 3 of creating SMART goals. Remember to first explain why the goal is not a SMART goal and then transform the goal into a SMART goal. Use the example from above and the 2 examples from slide 14 if needed. Take your time, and when you are ready, click to the next slide. You are now ready to create a SMART goal personal to you. Using the SMART Goals Pathway to Your Future worksheet, brainstorm a SMART goal you can accomplish within the next 5 to 7 years. You will then fill out the chart on the bottom of the page. The next slide will provide you with an example. Click to the next slide when you are ready. This slide will provide you with an example as to what we are looking for with the SMART Goals Pathway to Your Future goal sheet. Again, you want to have something that is very personal to you and something that you can achieve within 5 to 7 years. Now, this example is just that. It is an example. It's not going to be very personal, but that is just because it is an example. Ideally, you may not want to start up here with the SMART goal. Down here is where you get the meat of the SMART goal to eventually build the SMART goal. So my desired outcome and result, again pretending that I am a high school student, is going to be I want some more money. So I want a part-time job. What is it that I want to achieve? I want some extra money. The who, what, when, where, and why would be the specifics. So part-time, I know that I do not want to work with food. I know that the job is for me. And I know that I need the money. So how much, how often, and how many? I could say that minimum wage is fine. That 10 to 15 hours is what I'm looking for. And probably 3 to 4 days a week. Is it obtainable and realistic? Yes, as long as I create a resume, I apply, and interview. And then is it relevant? Is it important to what you want to achieve? For this one, I'm going to put yes because a job is how I can get some money. My time frame, I'm going to give myself a month. So within a month. My social network, I know my parents will help, and I know that my friends will support me. And I know this because my friends are all getting part-time jobs. Now for obstacles, be honest with yourself. How is this going to be difficult? For me, it could be my schoolwork. It could be the fact that I'm going to be losing free time. And the fact that I'm a little lazy. Now that I have all this, I can come up here and actually write my SMART goal. So my SMART goal could be I will apply and be hired into a part-time job within a month. That's how the goal sheet is going to work. Again, maybe not starting up on top, starting down here with the meat of the SMART goal to help you create the actual SMART goal. It's a done deal. We've completed the presentation for SMART goals. You can now sit down and create a couple of SMART goals for your life. Keep in mind the valuable information we went over, like the purpose of creating SMART goals, the benefits of SMART goals, including adding clarity and accountability into your life, and the importance of creating SMART goals personal to you and how those goals can enhance decision-making in your own life. Now, let's take a short 5-question quiz on your understanding of the tutorial. Click to the next slide when you are ready. Let's go through a couple of things before you begin your 5-question quiz, including number 1. After answering each question, click Next. Number 2. After answering all the questions from the quiz, click Submit All. Number 3. You will have 2 opportunities to take and pass the quiz. Take your time and read each question carefully. Click to the next slide when you are ready to begin.